May 8th, Thursday, year 2014. Let's go ahead and jump into some sports here. And of course, we got a lot to continue talking about here today, of course. So now, as we get ready for the NFL draft in a few more couple of hours on ESPN Networks on NFL, you can watch this later on today, beginning right at 7 o'clock. Um, we got a whole bunch of things to talk about here today, obviously. And right now, we're going to go ahead and jump into the NFL. Let's go ahead and do that here real quick. So now we're learning more information about Dallas Cowboys. What does that mean for Thursday here, 24? Where does he belong better? Let's just say I think he best belongs more better. I think where he belongs way more better than here today, Thursday. I think he belongs playing more in the NBA. I think Mark Cuban might want to get this guy, obviously. I wouldn't say why, but let's just say that could happen at any point soon. So from what I'm getting on forward, this is going to be a situation, folks, that constantly, it's not going to be that easy for neither of us. So when I mean it's not going to be easy for neither of us, what I mean, obviously, it's not going to be the same thing here as we get ready for counting here today. And we got about 52 minutes and 19 seconds left to count down of the NFL draft here. So as we count down for the first rounds and a whole bunch of other more things that we really got to discuss here. And I'm pretty much wondering, where is Tony Romo going to end up? I'm thinking Dallas Cowboys do go after this young man because he is like the best quarterback. He is 21 years old, and he knows how to play football. When it comes to Johnny Manziel, you're very much asking yourself, how much you're going to offer this kid for a contract? That's my question. Well, folks, it's not going to be that easy because when it comes to Tony Romo, where are you going to put him? And I think Tony Romo right now, obviously here Thursday, I'm thinking he does not belong in the NFL because he's got what? He's got back-to-back, two back surgeries back-to-back during this off season. So I'm pretty much wondering, where do we go from here? It's not going to be that easy. So now the question is, would it be cool for Manziel to go to the Cowboys? So here we go. So my mind is right now, where do I see this young man going in? Well, the question still stands here, folks. If he does decide to come to Dallas, which I think is going to be a great opportunity, which we'll talk about here in just a moment here live. You can watch the NFL draft begin right at 7 o'clock on ESPN Network, of course, for those who live in the Dallas-Fort area. But before we get there anyway, I'm pretty much going here back-to-back here, folks. Where do we see this team going on forward? I mean, obviously, is it going to be that easy for neither of these teams to contend forward, play well, and obviously, get the job done right? Okay, so here we go. This reporting here earlier about 2:50 Central, which means 3:50 Eastern time here, where our correspondent Calvin Watkins from ESPNDallas.com. So here we go. Texas John to play that had the Cowboys in the first round. The Cowboys, number 16 pick overall, has the needs along the defense, and General Manager Jones said this week that he doesn't want to draft a quarterback to sit behind Tony Romo for 1 or 2 seasons. But still the possibility of drafting Manziel has rise as speculations about the Cowboys through the process. And I quote, anything is possible, Manziel said on Pro Football Live Talk today. I would think all 32 teams are in play. You never know. Some of these teams that they have done way weaker things than that for me. It would be really, really, really cool to go there, but not something I will have struck in my head. Jerry Jones has extremely nice to me, has been extremely nice to me. He's treated me very well, and we've developed a better friendship over the past year and a half, just to the games or whatever it's to be, whatever it to be. Mizzo has attended sporting events at AT&T Stadium where he met Jones. Mizell also hanged out with the Cowboys wide receiver Des Bryant recently, so there's a mutual respect from members in the organization, whether it's somebody in the front office or to one of the players. But it doesn't guarantee the Cowboys will draft Manziel. I went to A&M redshirted and sat behind Ryan Tannehill and learned a lot, Menzel said. There are guys that have been in the league and know a lot more than I know going in. If I need to sit and learn for them for a year or whatever in the case it may be, then I'm openly willing to do that. But that's the best for the team. That's all I care about, end quote. Well, as we get set here for 3:12 o'clock hour here in Dallas and Fort Worth, of course, for instance, we say it's still raining out there nonstop in Dallas and Fort Worth area. Later on, this rain should be moving towards east and western parts of the state of Texas. In my mind right here, sitting here today, Thursday here, May 8th, year 2014, I think Johnny Manziel is 21 years old. I think he can play football. I think he's ready to come play for the Dallas Cowboys, and why not, get this young man? He's a great quarterback. I mean, look at him, folks. If you scout this kid playing in college football a couple of years with the Texas A&M Aggies, heck, he played against Alabama in Elton, Alabama, and still, even though we lost that game, it still doesn't mean he cannot play football. He is a great quarterback. He's 21 years old. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys need to lose this opportunity. With Tony Romo, who's 34 years old, I don't think Tony Romo has anything left in the tank left here to continue playing as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. I just truly think that he's not ready to play in the NFL. I'm thinking a more better event for him will be probably go play in the NBA. Go give it a try with Mark Cuban. Go give it a try with Nowitzki, with Sean Marion, maybe with Carmelo Anthony, with those guys. Maybe you can play NBA. Go give it a try with Donnie Nelson's team, the Dallas Mavericks. I think he belongs way more better playing in the NBA than in the NFL. I mean, in the NFL, by all means, Tony Romo can get another broken collarbone during week 1 in the NFL, the first game of the opening regular season between the San Francisco 49ers at AT&T Stadium. I don't think the Cowboys right now, I don't think they're ready to risk Tony Romo as the starting quarterback. Now, if Kyle Orton want to play for this team, then you pretty much just got to say, we need to let you go. By all means, we need to release you, period. Now, if Kyle Orton does not want to continue playing as a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, then he's got no other option but saying, look, I quit. I'm done. I'm going to retire as a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, which never took him to the Super Bowl, but still, am I going to retire? Yes, I think he's ready to retire. Do I think Tony Romo is ready to retire from the NFL? Yes, I think he's ready to retire from the NFL. Let's just talk about this here today, Cowboys fans, shall we? Tony Romo is 34 years old. Okay, you looked at him last season, in the last game of the season here at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Tell me one thing about Tony Romo, folks. He had 14 interceptions last season, 2013. Doesn't that tell you something? Don't you think we're ready for a new change in the Dallas Cowboys organization? Of course. I think they're ready for something new here, folks. Why not go after Johnny Manziel, who is 21 years old? This kid can play football. If the Dallas Cowboys, like Des Bryant, DeMarco Murray, Jason Witten, give this young man a chance in the offense, I'm thinking Johnny Manziel is the best fit for the Dallas Cowboys. And let me tell you why here today, Cowboys fans. If you want to see the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, go win a Super Bowl ring, go win a Super Bowl championship next year, 2015, in Phoenix, Arizona, then hey, the best man for the job is none other than Johnny Manziel. I'm telling you, Johnny Football's way better. I think Johnny Football can play. I think Johnny Football, let me tell you something, folks. I think Johnny Football can be the next better than Tony Romo. Let me tell you why. This kid can throw the touchdowns he's had. He's got a lot of interceptions, of course, but still, he can play well. He knows how to run the football. I saw him this past during this offseason running the NFL Combine on NFL Network. He runs great. He can run. So why not give Johnny Manziel a chance? I don't think he's going to get picked by the Houston Texans, who also got the first round pick, but they're not going after quarterback. They're going after somebody else, which are pretty much, we already know who it is. But still, Johnny Manziel, folks, he belongs with Dallas Cowboys. He really does. I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys would want to give up that opportunity. I don't care what Jerry Jones says about we got a quarterback, we're just running back for what, two more years? No. Do you really want to sit Tony Romo? I know most of you the fans want to say, hey, well, let's go ahead and bench Tony Romo for the rest of the season, or why not trade him and go play somewhere else? Well, let me tell you something, Cowboys fans. I don't think that Johnny Manziel will want to go play somewhere else. Enough for the fact Cleveland is not interested in him. Oakland is not. I don't think Jackson was going to pick him up. I don't think St. Louis is going to work with him. But still, do I think the Cowboys need this young man? Yes, they do. And let me tell you what. If we, as true Dallas Cowboys fans here in the Dallas-Fort area, show this kid that he is going to be the best quarterback, way better quarterbacks than, Ryan Tannehill, great guy, saw him play with the Dolphins last season, great quarterback. He came out of where? Texas A&M. So if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I don't want to lose that opportunity for a kid like this. And what you got to offer that table, you better start offering it right now. You truly do. Because before the NFL draft starts and on tonight, you pretty much just want to say, I want to get it done. Okay? I want to get it done. So the best fit for Dallas Cowboys is Johnny Manziel. And I think Johnny Manziel does come to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Give him a chance. I know he will not play in the preseason, but he will play regular season. And if you give him that number 2 jersey with the Dallas Cowboys, believe me or not, folks, he will play in the NFL. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, don't get me wrong, Johnny Manziel will be the best fit for the Dallas Cowboys. I actually think he is. I think Johnny Football is ready. Yeah, I think he's ready. Why not give him that chance, huh? Let's give him that chance, Nortex. Let's just say, look, Johnny Manziel is 21 years old. Okay, Tony Romo is what, 34 years old. Tony was pretty much the same. He's got nothing left in that tank. He obviously doesn't have anything. I mean, how much are you going to offer this guy? Tony Romo? No. He's not ready to play in the NFL this season. He's not ready. I just don't see it happening. I just say to myself, okay, what are we doing here? Are we going to get Tony Romo to continue slacking off and messing up on plays by the offensive coordinator and the coach? He's going to continue messing up on plays, but when you put a head coach who used to be a quarterback for the New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys, of course, but obviously you don't want to do that. So if I'm Johnny Manziel, if I'm Johnny Football, I want to sign with Dallas. I truly do. You can offer him a good endorsement as a quarterback. Now, Johnny Manziel, folks, he can be your starting quarterback in the NFL. No, I'm telling you, he can be your starting quarterback in the NFL if you give him that chance to play with this team, with America's team, folks, which is the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell you, Cowboys fans, you want to see Johnny Manziel play in this NFL team? Then give us your comments and thoughts, or follow me on Twitter, OSCARMA, or 8739537, or follow me on like us on Facebook page at OSCRMAARTINEZ001 at yahoo.com. And I will gladly tell you what do I see as best fit. I know for a fact the Texans may say, oh, we're not going to give up on Johnny Manziel. But really, Houston made a mistake during this offseason. Let me tell you what. Matt Schaub, I saw this kid play football, man. I saw him. He played well. He played well in college. Matt Schaub was the best quarterback for the Houston Texans. And what did the Houston Texans do? They sent this kid somewhere else. Somewhere else where I can't even think of and say, oh, they messed up on that too. Really, they sure did. Let me tell you why they messed up on that, folks. Because compare Matt Schaub to Johnny Football. Okay? Matt Schaub was the best quarterback, the best fit for the Houston Texans last season. And they sent word to the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders, what are they going to do with Matt Schaub down there? I mean, tell me, what are they going to do down there? They're not going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. The Oakland Raiders, what's going to happen is the Oakland Raiders, they're going to lose the majority of their regular season games in the NFL. And I will hate to see the Oakland Raiders not win some games at home and on the road. Because the Oakland Raiders, like I said, they got a pretty tough schedule going on for. So like I said, it's not going to be an easy question. You really wonder right now, where do I stand forward with this guy? I mean, where I stand with him on forward. I said to myself, I play as the quarterback, anyone else, but how much am I going to offer this kid? Seriously, and I will not give up on Johnny Football. Believe me or not. Time is 3:23, as it says, third rain so where there is, so do take it easy out there on the roads. Breakaways, if you're picking up the kids from school right now, parents, take it easy, folks. Do not be driving fast with these wet streets in North Texas. We'll take a break. Coming up next, I'll come back with some news updates, and I'll keep you updated on the NFL draft later on tonight, 7 o'clock, only on ESPN Network. We'll be back. And it looks like we're having some technical difficulties here once again. Not so sure why this continues to happen, but I guess we're going to have to wait out for a while. You know, it's obvious to me, folks. Like I said, it's not going to be an easy thing for neither of us. Like I said, it really isn't. I know that, and I got that great feeling and everything, but I just think that right now, if I'm Johnny Manziel, you know, very much, you know, just want to go ahead and get over with. Like I said, just truly, I mean, just get over with and just say, look, we need to figure out the best step for Johnny Football. And the only way that's going to happen, folks, is the Johnny Football. Like I said, they get a great quarterback here. They truly do. We'll get into them when we come back here live on YouTube.com. We're back next. Boy, sure is pouring out there, folks. It really is pouring out there in Dallas. So take it easy out there, Dallas. It's raining really here now. The Dallas over there. So do take it easy out there. If you pick up the kids from school or whatever, please, drivers, be careful out there while driving. Do not be driving while texting while driving, please. Do take it easy out there, folks. We come back next live on YouTube.com. Time is 3:25. Temperature outside Dallas, 73 degrees on the mostly rainy skies. We're back next. It looks like I'm late. Yeah. Okay. I guess that guy can't even go to commercial break for a wall or two, so I guess I'll continue talking. Well, it looks like we're still expecting some technical difficulties here, Dallas and Fort Worth. Tonight is 3:30 here, and it's still, of course, it says it's still raining nonstop in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So do please, drivers out there in the Metroplex, if you're coming out of work or you're leaving from the office or whatever, you're fixing to go pick up the kids from school, please, please, all drivers in the Dallas Fort Worth area, please take precaution out there because, like I said, the roads are very slippery and slick. We don't want to have accidents. We did have an accident reported earlier today, this afternoon, of course, and we're pretty much constantly, just to say, we're kind of wondering about it, right? But if we can get our minds taken off right now for a while, we'll go ahead and continue here in just a moment. But like I said, this is a great opportunity to continue discussing about the NFL. Of course, Mons, we got a lot of things to talk about here today also. But earlier I was talking about, Donald Sterling, being banned from the NBA, and Oprah Winfrey wants to buy the LA Clippers in Los Angeles, California. I think that's a great idea. I think it's about time we had some changes in the NBA and not allow a female to take over as an owner. I really would. Now the new CEO has got to agree to it. Say, hey, we'll take Oprah Winfrey. She is, like I said, she is a billionaire. She's a great person. She had her own show syndicated in Chicago, Illinois, a couple of years ago in the early 90s and the early 2000s. And then she was here one time here in Dallas. So we're there. Also, she had a show here in Dallas. So, of course, why not give her that big old huge Texas welcome here also. So as we continue here live from Dallas, we still got a severe thunderstorm warning for Dallas and Ellis County continues until 4:15 this afternoon. So still the rain means still continues on forward. And then we got also some new reports. Going to talk some news here, shall we? We got a whole thing. There's a lot to talk about here today in North Texas. Unfortunately, with this weather, let's just say temperature outside in Dallas right now 71 degrees, which is heavy thunderstorms for now in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, so here we go. We got a lot of things to talk about here. We got some bigger ones to talk about in Mexico. We'll get into that here in just a moment. But the weather still continues on forward here in Dallas. We also got some flooding rescues in the Dallas-Fort Worth area also. So this is a different situation report right now at some point. We'll get into that here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and talk about this here real quick today here, May 8th, year 2014. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday afternoon. Of course, I know kids, it's raining out there. I know you want to go to the park. I know some of you probably have some sports to practice, but fortunately, practice might have to get canceled. Now, the Rangers game, we're not so sure if that game will continue to play tonight if the weather permits it. But like I said, the rain should be ending later on tonight. Most of Dallas and Fort Worth should be dry later on this afternoon. Time now is 3:34, as we said once again. A beautiful day here. Enjoying this beautiful rain here in Dallas and Fort Worth, like I said, but really there's nothing much we can do except for talk some local news here in Dallas and Fort Worth. We had some earlier flooding rescues in the Dallas Creek area, and we'll get into those here in just a moment. So here we go. Dallas, Texas. 5 boys had to be rescued from a flooded creek Thursday as heavy rains poured over South Dallas. Police and fire rescue teams were called to Whitty Branch Creek in the 1300 block of Glen Oaks Boulevard, south of Ledbetter Drive and west of Interstate 35 and Oak Cliff. Jason Evans with the Dallas Fire Rescue says the boys were skipping school and playing in the creek when they were earlier swept away by high waters or playing in it, not knowing how bad the conditions were. They were found with various spots of the shore hanging onto whatever they could find, and rescue crews had to go down a steep establishment to save them. Firefighters used rescue boats, throwing bags and rope to save three children who were near each other. The other two boys were 20 feet away downstream and opposite sides of the creek. Rescuers managed to save them all nearly 2 hours. Evans said the boys said to be excited by the stable conditions at Children's Medical Center of Dallas. Okay, obviously, I really don't know what these young men were thinking about skipping school to hear kids. Not a great idea. Bad idea. Bad idea, actually. Okay, so here we go back to our news page here. Back to our next top story here. Time is 3:35. We really got a lot to talk about here eventually. Um, and let's go ahead and get into some crime news, shall we? Let's go ahead and get some crime news here live in the Dallas Silver there here. We really got a lot of things to cover about here. Time is 3:36 for now as we continue temperature right now outside of Dallas. 75 degrees on the mostly heavy rain right now, of course. And so we got some other issues here. This one is some kind of, let's say, sad story here today. Thursday, May 8th, year 2014. Not so sure what's continuing to happen. And this was a different issue here. So here we go with our next top story. Then we'll get into some issues happening in the Ciudad de Mexico. We're not so sure what happened in Mexico City, which is el estado, la ciudad de El DF, which is known for because I was there a couple of years ago, back in 1998. Of course, that was a long time ago when everything was kind of new here, and I also worked there. So here we go. Dallas, Texas. Police in Dallas City found two teens injured from a box cutter after receiving a stabbing call Monday night at the 3500 block of Munger Avenue. A 13-year-old girl told police she was injured after she became involved in an argument with Yolanda Wills, 43, said Monica Corba, a spokeswoman with the Dallas police. The teen said the verbal fight began as she was leaving a friend's house. Willis left but soon returned with the box cutter she used to injure the 13-year-old girl. A 16-year-old witness told Intervene, who also injured with the box cutter. The 13-year-old girl was transported to Baylor Medical Center, and Willis was treated at Parkland Memorial Hospital. Willis was later released and booked on charge of injury to a child at Lewis Derrick Jail. Okay, obviously, folks, a box cutter is a big-time issue. And I think it shouldn't happen in the first place, but obviously it kind of did. So here we go with our national news. Go ahead and jump into some national news also here today, folks. We got a lot to talk about here today, Thursday. So why don't we go ahead and go to the next story here, shall we? This actually involving Mexico, El DF. We're not so sure what happened. Of course, Sports Center is down there in Mexico, El DF, which is what, ESPN Deportes. Our colleagues are pretty much down there most of the time, and I'm not for sure what happened in Mexico. But this turned out to be a real big-time issue going on here today, 2014. The last time we had this happen was back in, 1985 and 2000-something, of course, but it was a small shake. Now, this one, I'm not so sure how big of a shake it was. Dallas, not so sure. We'll get into it here in just a moment. Time is 3:38 right now, Dallas, and temperature outside Dallas, 71 degrees. I'm telling you, with this rain, guys, it's not going to cool too much of things for now, obviously, because the rain is still continuing going on and off and on rain. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. The Home Depot. Building class installation period for $9 to $10. Schedule and home measure. Today's schedule measure $40.97 home. 9 out of 10 customer ratings. Best class C reviews at HomeDepot.com. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. To me, as to me, seem folks. This one here happened a couple of years ago. I'm not so sure what really happened. We'll get into here in just a moment as we get our issues here, shall we? Let's see if we can find it here. We'll see if we can find it here eventually. So let's see. Well, now let's go back to our home page, and it's going to be under not world. I guess it's going to be underneath the state of Texas because Texas is not too far away from Mexico. Actually, Mexico and Texas are kind of close to each other. And now we got some more local radars. Tornado warning in Dallas. As live coverage in northern eastern Dallas County is under tornado warning. We're not so sure that's true. That's the warning they're issuing here today. So we're gonna have to, let's just say, kind of like very much to say, watch out for each of these issues, shall we? So that was the earlier report here. But I'm not so sure if there's a tornado. I haven't heard the sirens ring yet, but really right now this is a different situation here. Not so sure if that's true. Like I said, we're going to have to figure it out pretty soon on this. But the temperature outside down is around 75 degrees. Under mostly still heavy rain and thunderstorms around Dallas Fort there. I'm not for sure that it's a tornado warning, but I said we're not registering tornado warning watch. Not sure what time. But like I said, once we get to this report of this epidemic, here we go. And this is something that to be acquired. Just say kind of, let's just say one. Okay. So we're back here live in the Dallas Fort area. Let's go ahead and jump into the continuing story of this happening in Mexico El DF, shall we? And as we're going to talk about here today, Thursday, May 8th, year 2014, as we continue with heavy rain and thunderstorms in Dallas Fort area. Do take it easy out there, folks. If you are seeing, if you have heard the sirens or tornado watches, I'm not so sure. We're still under severe thunderstorm until 4:15 p.m., which is going to mean 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Eastern time, actually. So we'll just have to wait it out and see. We'll continue with the next story here in just a moment from Mexico El DF. This last time this happened was back in 1985. Not so sure what really happened there, really, folks, but we're going to get to the bottom of this story here in just a moment. And obviously, as you may know, this is a series of situations happening every single time you go to some place like Mexico DF or Puebla or you name it here today, Thursday, really. There's a lot of things going on down there in that area. And we'll get into here in just a moment. But Obviously, we'll get into it here in just a moment as we continue seeing the Doppler rating with this rain moving forward towards the Dallas-Fort area. And currently. Okay, this is reported earlier today, and there's like a strong shake. Okay, here we go. Acapulco, Mexico. A strong earthquake shook the southeast Pacific coast of Mexico and several states, including the capital, Thursday, sending frightened people to unsuccessful torrential rains that were bearing down on the coast. A 6.4 magnitude quake in southern Guerrero, in the state of Guerrero, has a spectacular about 9 miles, which is 15 kilometers north of Tipican de Galena. According to U.S. Geological Survey, it felt like 1.71 miles and 270 miles away from la Ciudad de Mexico, where office workers streamed into the streets away from high-rise buildings. There was no immediate reports of injuries or minor damage. Tipican, near the spectacular shock, foreclosely causing a wave of panic in some roofs to cave in, said Mayor Corfocio Ortelio Quirenda, but there were no injuries. In Chipagando, the capital of the state of Guerrero, a wall collapsed in Acapulco, and several scared citizens were forced to take rain that was hitting the region. In Mexico's woman Carmen Lopez was leaving a downtown office into shake. She dashed across the street, literally making a light post and swirling above her. That was too scary, so she started dialing her cell phone to alert her friends. In fact, behind her, thousands of people poured out from the great planned evacuation routes to air any potential falling glass. The quake of the dead had about 15 miles, which is 23 kilometers. The SGS downward magnitude 0.68. The magnitude earthquake was spectacular, about 40 miles, 66 kilometers. From Thursday's quake shook central southern Mexico on April 18th. The quake occurred along section of the Pacific coast as the state of Guerrero Islamic Gap, about 1.52 miles, which is 200 kilometers, and section where the tectonic plates meet and have been locked, meaning amounts of energy are being stored, potentially devastating effects. The last time they had one was course big part Saturday, Thursday 18th, and like that, some weather down there, but some, maybe they watch early. I'm not sure, like a May rainy. I'm not sure what's really going on in Dallas. Out and see what really happens there on forward. But for this, folks, this was just safe to say it was kind of scary at the back in the city of Mexico. Acapulco, Guerrero is known for its tourists, for a lot of things, schools down there, and plenty of streets in there. But apparently, bad, sad thing to happen down there. Thank goodness no one was injured. People had to take refuge due to Mexico, and I got a lot of terrain, heavy rain down, possibly mudslides down there. I'm not for sure what's been going on with the city. Like I said, this is not the first time. this has happened in Arturo City, Mexico. 10 hours 3:50, getting close to that 4 o'clock hour here live on YouTube. Uh, .com for 2014. I'm pretty much wondering with this box cutter that happened and a 16-year-old witness who told this person, I was thought about what this woman was, what made her do this. She's 43 years old. Come on, she's just a teenage girl. You don't have the right to use cutter and cut her. You just stab her. I mean, you happened before, and it also area. I don't think it continue happening at all, period, but you really just don't know what's really going to happen. Real then they were taking a rest. They had bags of drugs inside their house. They had two dead birds in the backyard. Listen, the guy was probably killing animals, for goodness sake. So, you know, that's something you like I said. Tonight, 3:51, temperatures are down Dallas, 71 the rain, the winds, and a whole bunch of other things. We have no hail in this, no large winds. Something has some gust winds right now, probably. Hopefully, run this day won't get too bad. Hopefully not. Then into Sunday night. Hopefully, hey, we're safe. Hopefully not. Like I said, they're trying to put Mother's Day forecast. Man, it could be a possibility of an after shower. Maybe in the area that day won't be too washout. Let's hope not, because a lot of you kids and families plans for mom this week. Of course, this uh, this was not the best thing here today because skipping school, folks, is just let's just say it's kind of wrong to figure it out what's really going on forward. And to me, as I'm saying right now, folks, it's not looking so good once again. Like I said, please do be careful out there in the West area. Take it easy out there. If you're stuck in traffic right on the roads, take it easy out there on the highways. We're getting just some traffic here in Bristol also if we can, because we got plenty of time. A lot of things here to talk about here today, Thursday, May 8th, year 2014. So like I said, as we continue here in the heavy range around here in Dallas, it's basically setting end forward here for all the rest of us here today. So pretty much the rain ends center on tonight, which is good. So it shouldn't be too much of rain. The rest of it ends, and then of course tomorrow we got cool, good temperatures right now. So far, we got plenty of dryness and everything. Of course, we got too many things here to talk about here for us today. Now temperature right now in Dallas right now 71 degrees. It feels like it's going to be dropping to 67. It's not going to be too bad. And that pretty much it says it's going to be ending right later on this evening, which means through 7, through 10, through 12, it'll be ending here. And the Dallas right there. Now we got till 4:15, which is not too far away. Hopefully by then the rain should be tapering off and on far. Like I said, now it's moving towards Gainesville through Paris, parts of DFW Airport. That's way towards Terrell and Tyler, Texas. right now so far. So pretty much just tells you, hey, another day, another day. How about that? Let's go ahead and look at your Sunday forecast here. Pretty much next week got some up, some lower 50s. Next week here in the Dallas Worth area. Tomorrow be 67, Saturday 69, Sunday 71, Monday 58, and then Wednesday 56. So not bad for a May of weather here in Dallas Worth. Like I said, right now, mainly this right now is coming out of Dallas County right now, as you can see. All this close now. This is basically just heavy rain and a bit of rumble of thunder and lightning right now. And right now the rain is moving towards Denton County, towards Tarrant County. It's raining real bad in Tarrant County. And like I said, this rain should be tempering out by the beginning towards 5 o'clock later on this evening. So hopefully we'll keep it on for. Rockville is under a flood warning, so it's Hunt County. And some other counties are under severe warnings right now until 4:15 today. So right now time now is 3:56. We continue dealing with these heavy downpours and much more on forward. Like I said, it's not going to be that easy for New Year, but so job in the commute. So please, folks, do take it easy. Like I said, they don't help us too well. Let's just say this is not a great thing to do. So please, folks, do take it easy out there. Take precaution if you have to. If you're stuck on the freeway or you're listening to the radio stations, we're not keeping up with the NFL draft and hear interruptions back to back because you're going to continue hearing some emergencies, of course, in Dallas where there is. So do take it easy out there, folks. Do take it easy out there because this is a series of situations here on forward. As we continue hearing the rain here, that's right there, which is not so